Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. We're on episode 26 of this year's TTM returns. And for a Tuesday, we actually saw an increase in the number of successes, which is pretty rare, but very nice to get. So 11 total today for 22 autographs. Whole bunch of different collections that I'm working on. Some cards, some photos. So a nice mix of everything. So we're going to start off here with a former NASCAR owner. He was in my 94 Max set. I don't really know too much about, um, the teams that he owned or anything like that, any statistics, but always glad to add someone involved in NASCAR to the collection. So this is one of one coming back from George Bradshaw, signed there in black Sharpie. It did smear a little bit in the envelope, but not too bad. Came out nice. I think that's the only card I have for him in any set. Then we got a couple of card returns for football. First one here is coming from a former defensive back who signed 2 of 2. This is from former Oilers player Steve Brown. Got his 90 Fleer and 90 Pro set. I want to say he's an assistant coach at the college level. I want to say East Tennessee or East Tennessee State. I could be remembering that wrong. But only about a month on the return there, so really glad to get that one. Next one, I've seen a lot of people getting this guy back recently after a long time of it looked like he wasn't signing. So really, really cool to get this. This is coming from former Chiefs wide receiver, 2 of 2, Stephon Page. Signed a 91 Upper Deck and a 90 Fleer. He hasn't been the most reliable signer, but it looks like he might start becoming that. I think that there is a 91 Upper Deck card of him and Steve DeBerg on it together. I have that one signed by DeBerg, if I remember correctly. So I might send that one to get finished. So that'd be really cool. This next one is a current NFL player. When I received it back, I thought this was one of this season's college football send-outs, but I actually sent this after the draft, so it was before I was keeping track of my send-outs again. So this is coming from 2021 6th-round wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, Frank Darby, formerly of Arizona State University. He signed both of those. I went through a few different teams, looked at their draft picks, and teams that I've had good success with in the past as far as TTM and the draft. So sent to him, and 4, 5, 6 months later, got that back signed. I don't remember exactly when I sent it out. I have no record of it, but it was definitely after the NFL draft. Then we have a baseball return. This is coming back from former infielder, signed in blue on 2 of 2, Wayne Garrett. Took about a month to get those back. Signed nicely in blue, as I said. And then we have a Hockey Hall of Fame goaltender. I've gotten from him before. I sent out this request to get the other photos signed as part of a kind of a gift package that I have still yet to send out, so this will be going with it. So I'm not going to show the other photo, but got back 2 of 2 from Rogi Vachon, something like that. He was obviously a Hall of Fame goaltender. I want to say he also was a head coach and maybe a GM at some point. Very heavily involved in hockey. And that took about 2 years to get back. So I was starting to think maybe he wasn't signing anymore. But maybe with COVID and everything, he was holding off on signing. But glad to get that back. Then we have another 2 of 2 from a former hockey player. I think he won 2 Stanley Cups, and he was the winner of the 1977 Masterton Award. This is coming back from Ed Westfall, prominently known for being with the Bruins and the Islanders. Glad to get those. This next one's really cool. This is my first active WNBA return. And this is coming back from the all-time winningest WNBA head coach. He is currently leading the Washington Mystics. So signing 2 of 2 for me, I have Mike Thibault. Mike? Yeah, Mike. He, of course, with being the winningest head coach, he's been in the league a long time, over 300 wins. And considering they only play about 30 games a season, that tells you just how much work he's put in. But it wasn't until 2019 that he finally won a WNBA championship. So really, really glad to get that to kind of start off the WNBA coaches. I do have a few others that coached in different areas, or they were former NBA players that coached for a short time in the WNBA, but I'm hoping to add some more to the collection. Then to end off here, we have 3 college football coaches. First one is a 3 of 2 success from Southern Utah head coach Delane Fitzgerald. He signed both the photos and this greeting card for me. He did sign both of these photos on the back. This one got smeared, even though I think it's signed in pen. This one's not so bad, but glad to get it regardless. Then this next coach, he is the head coach for Robert Morris University, is also a former NFL player. Didn't really do much in his NFL career, but this was a 3 of 2 success because I had a 90 Pro Set card. These are coming back from Bernard Clark, who was drafted by the Bengals, I think, in the 3rd round. And his little inscription, "Let's go Bobby Moe," is pretty funny. Robert Morris, Bobby Moe. It's a real fun twist on the name of the school there. But signed that pretty quickly. I did see that he's been a pretty consistent signer. A lot of people have been getting that Pro Set card signed by him, so I was really excited to send that one. And then last one here is coming from Southeastern Louisiana head coach Frank Scelfo. I'm not sure. It's SCELFO. So I'm not sure if it's Scelfo or Selfo, but either way, still really glad to get him. I think he's been in the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 or 4 seasons in FCS. So he does a pretty good job getting his team into the postseason, which is always exciting for any coach, especially at the college level. So So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.